We're on our way again, day 28, and climbing away from Inchnadamph up to a col at 600 metres, so a bit of a pull up start off with today. I had a decent night's sleep. The pitch that we ended up at was kind of okay, wasn't too bad. Well, of course, with a great view. But I won't lie, my left leg in particular is feeling it a bit today. Feeling a bit more tired than I did yesterday, but come on! Nearly there, and I'm looking forward to today. Today is another day where we're going into an area that I don't know at all, never been to before, so it's all new and exciting.
Not the most comfortable when you got your rucksack on.
Yeah.
There we are.
You can get a bit of shelter though, maybe, won't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So just ascending the pass, and as I've done so, the mist just closing in on us. It's starting to drizzle as well, so I just stopped and put waterproofs on. I'm still hoping we can drop out of the cloud pretty quickly on the other side and get a nice view. Right, reached the Loch. Hey! And the weather is closed in proper. So we ain't hanging around here very long. Straight off. See you later. Thank you very much. Au revoir. There we go.
Good night, Vienna.
Yeah. Well, an hour and a half ago we were battling the rain and the mist on top of that Loch. Now we've dropped down into Glendhu and we're in lovely sunshine. And so far, what a nice glen this is. Again, very remote and rugged, but some lovely little waterfalls. We've just passed East Chul waterfall, which is supposedly the highest one in the UK, I do believe. Could have that wrong, but that's from memory. And now we're just making our way down to Glendhu, I think, well, Glendhu, which sits at the end of Loch Glendhu. The ground though is, yeah, it's pretty hard work. So it's pretty muddy. You've got to watch your footing, as I've already found out. I've slipped a couple of times, got a nice muddy bottom. Reached Kinlochbervie, where we're going to have our lunch. I think it's probably about 1 o'clock time, so definitely time for a bit of lunch.
So, happy lunchtime.
No. Just had a nice lunch at Glendhu, and it's got me re-energised a bit hopefully this afternoon. And started by climbing steeply away from the bothy, and we're going to go around like a little peninsula, which will then take us over to Loch Glendhu. Ultimately they join to the same place, they're both sea lochs, and there's another bothy there. Our second bothy of the day, Glendhu bothy. Again, it'd be rude not to stay here for a brew. So exactly what we're going to do. So after that nice cuppa at the bothy, and the rainbow as well, just thrown in for extra. So we're going to probably do another 6 or 7k now, I would think. So we've got a nice track to walk on for about, I think it's 4 or 5k, then we'll turn it uphill. After a couple of k, there's a loch, and then we're going to see if we can find somewhere to camp there. Right, it took us a while.
You did.
But eventually,
7:15.
7:15, yeah, about an hour after we were supposed to, we found this spot anyway. It's not a brilliant spot, but it's flat and it'll do, and it's got this great view. Looking out over the evening sun. Catching the hills, fabulous. So, yeah, not a bad spot, but I need some food. Just had a very nice first course for my tea. That was cheese leek and ham pasta, ooh, with tuna. It was very nice actually. Went down the tree.
Sugar snap.
On the sugar snap peas and corn as well, beef sweet corn. Yep.
Yeah.
So now good deal that from Toby. We're about to have Jaffa cakes and custard. So Jaffa cake and custard. So today was quite hard. There was I think the ground today was probably consistently the most tricky I've had on the whole trail.
Wow.
It definitely slowed the pace right down. Got to be careful. So it's a rough, hard bit, that one. The past sections are pretty rough. Got to be really careful where you're putting your feet all the time, which slows the pace right down. But we were blessed again with the weather, Toby, weren't we?
We were.
It started off a bit rough, but I tell you what, it turned out a beautiful afternoon and evening, so yeah, much better than the forecast again. So tomorrow, Rhiconich, I think we've only got 23, 24 kilometres maybe to get there tomorrow. So we should get there, but then we've got a bit of a decision because we know the storm is coming in on the forecast. So it's what we're going to do to cope with the storm that's about to arrive. So keep it posted. So 29th day, and what a morning that was. Glorious sunrise, really nice just to be able to sit and watch that from the tent over your morning brew. Very lovely. So it's a pretty fresh morning, but the tops are clear and we're off pretty early, about 7:30 I think it was when we were on our way. And today we're heading to Rhiconich first. Guess we'll definitely go to Rhiconich, and then after that, well, we'll see. Need to get an updated weather forecast because the forecast for tomorrow is for 50-60 mile an hour winds, which might just affect our final plan slightly. And we can't get the bus back from from Kinlochbervie until Thursday anyway. So we've got a few things to decide and options to decide when we get to Rhiconich later today, but. Okay, just going to enjoy the lovely scenery of the north. Look at this. Again, sun just peeking out there maybe through the clouds. Absolutely lovely. We're on top of Bendreevie. It's quite blustery, but it's a lovely viewpoint. So, got Arkle Mountain behind me, and just a lovely panorama of the northern hills. And also, as I swing round, you can see out to the sea and down towards this loch in front. That's where ultimately we're heading. We reckon we could probably see the lighthouse maybe at some point if the clouds lifted maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Rain's coming, putting the cagoule on.
Yeah. Right, we've crossed the minor road. Weather's turned on us a little bit, so we're fighting some rain and wind. But we're on the last section now to Rhiconich. So past the what's it called? Loch Stack Lodge. We're passing here Loch Stack. Show you here. and then got just a small rise to go over, and then heading towards Rhiconich. I've just had a lovely cup of soup for my lunch down by this nice little beachy area by this lochs. This camera won't show it, but it is blowing a bit of a hoolie. But you know what, it was still very pleasant. So when we left this lochs, we are walking down the lochs and towards Rhiconich. Woo!
Well, I wouldn't say dry, damp.
On the road between Rhiconich and Kinlochbervie. I've had quite a bit of rain this afternoon. It hasn't dampened spirits. Well, it has a bit. Yeah. But what is it they say? There is at the light. There is the thing about the rainbow, whatever that is. And we're heading to a London Stores for an ice cream. Well, the plot thickens. So we were all thinking that Cape Wrath was shut tomorrow, and I went to the London Stores near Kinlochbervie where there was a lovely local guy running the shop. But he told us they haven't been firing today and they're not firing tomorrow. So I've frantically on my phone tried to be phoning the MOD on their phone numbers to give no response. So it leaves in a bit of a quandary tomorrow. So we think what we might do, given no more information, is walk past Sandwood Bay and head up to see if the red flag's flying. And if they're not, I think we're going to make a dash for it. That's the plan anyway. But we're just walking out towards Sandwood Bay now, well, towards the car park, trying to get probably as far as we can tonight. Yeah, and go with the flow, see what happens tomorrow. Well, I've made it to camp. Just stuffing my face here with a sandwich. Toby's putting soup on. Just the 40.6 kilometres today. It ended up being a long day, but we're pretty close to Sandwood Bay now. So that gives us some options tomorrow. If they're not firing and we can get to Cape Wrath, it means we can get to Cape Wrath. But we do know that tomorrow they're forecasting 50 to 60 mile an hour winds to come in by midday. So obviously that's going to throw another little bit of excitement into the pot. So yep, we'll see how tomorrow pans out.
Not sure if you'll be able to hear this above the wind noise, but this is quite a remarkable place. Coming to a little hamlet called Blairmore, where we think the track or the path to Sandwood Bay leaves the road. But you can see, well, you might be able to see the Atlantic. There were some large waves crashing against the cliffs on the far side just now. But yeah, just lots of little houses scattered around. Remarkable.